Hey, it's Eden here from A Moment of Zen, and today we're talking about crystals for kids. Yay! Before we get started, there's some things I want to cover. First, if you've watched any of my videos about crystals and crystal energy, then you know what I'm about to say. And that is, everybody experiences crystal energy in their own unique way. Period. The end. The other thing I'm going to say is when working with crystals and children, safety first. I know I don't really need to say it, but I'm going to say it because if anybody watches this video and gives crystals to their kids that are too young, I don't want them coming back to me and saying, you told me. No. You want to make sure that A, the children are old enough to understand that, hey, this does not go in my mouth. I don't lick it or eat it. They are potential choking hazards for small children. Please make sure that they are either old enough to use the crystals by themselves or that they are supervised if you're unsure of, if they're not going to do something silly with it, like shove it up their nose or try and eat it or whatever, because some of the crystals are really colorful and they look like candy. So let's use some common sense. Like I said, I don't think I have to say it, but we're just going to cover all bases, and I'm going to say that anyway. Okay, so moving on. What crystals are best for kids? If you've ever done this research, searching other videos or articles saying crystals for kids, you've probably come across lists of crystals that are great for kids. And here's the thing about that. Kids are no different than adults, okay? Everybody's a vibrational being in a vibrational universe where everything is energy. So each child is going to respond to crystals in their own way, and there's no list of perfect crystals for kids versus adults. It is what it is. With that being said, there are crystals that I can recommend that are great for everybody, including kids, and we'll go over that right now. I don't have any to show you, so you can go on an imagination ride with me or look them up when we're done with the video. So the first thing I'm going to recommend is all of the quartzes. Well, I shouldn't say all of, because there's a lot of quartzes, so we're just going to say the most common ones. That's clear quartz, rose quartz, smoky quartz, amethyst, and citrine. Yes, amethyst and citrine are quartz. They just have different ingredients in them to change the color. All of those are wonderful to have in anybody's collection. What else would be good? How about some grounding stones? So you've got things like hematite and black tourmaline, and you've got pyrite, even some jaspers. What else? Maybe you need some calming stones. So you've got blue lace agate, blue calcite, rose quartz again is calming. What if your child has, they're shy or low self-esteem? You can do things like tiger's eye. That helps to boost that self-confidence. Maybe they're shy with speaking in public, standing up in front of the classroom and doing whatever. Then you can do stones for clear communication, like sodalite. You see how the list goes on and it's kind of endless and there's no right or wrong stones just for kids? So how do you choose? If there's no list, if I'm not giving you a list of stones that you should definitely have for your kids, how are you going to know? How do you pick? Well, you can let your kids pick on their own, whether they're your kids, your grandkids, your students, whatever. Let the kids pick it out by themselves. Bring them to a crystal shop that has a nice selection of tumbled stones, and I'll explain why in a minute, and let them pick. Just let them use their own inner guidance and pick what they're drawn to. If you don't have access to a crystal shop, you can go to Gem and Mineral Show, but here's where I'm explaining why, if you could find a crystal shop, it's a little bit better. Gem and Mineral Shows are awesome. They are awesome, and you can find so many different kinds of crystals and varieties, and from forms from tumbled to raw to beautiful specimens. It's all there. However, I speak from experience, not only with my own child, but watching other children in my shop where I do have other things besides tumbled stones. Kids are drawn oftentimes to the most expensive pieces that they can find. Just saying. If you've got a budget that's unlimited and you don't care if your kid picks out a $40 rock, that's awesome. Keep in mind, sometimes kids lose things. And if you just paid $40 for this crystal that they had to have and then they lose it, you might lose it. So just use, your own discretion when it comes to what you're letting your kids pick out. That's why I like tumbled stones. It's easy, they're not that expensive, and if they lose them, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so let's say you can't get your kid to the gem show or to a crystal shop, but you still want to get crystals for kids. What do? Well, you would do it the same way you'd pick out stones for yourself. You'd use your intuition, your own guidance. And I don't want to hear that you can't do it, because everybody can do it. You can, I promise you. So how do you do it? You look at the crystals that you have to choose from. Think about the person you're buying them for, whether it's a kid or a friend, it doesn't matter. This is how you would choose crystals for somebody else. You focus on the person you're buying them for, and then you look at the stones and see what attracts your attention. In my shop, I have little tags that give you brief descriptions of what the stones are good for, but here's the thing. I do it because people love it and they wanted it, they requested it. But then you get into overthinking, because you say, oh, well, this one's good for that, and this one's good for that, and this one's good for that, but it's not always the perfect match. If you can just put aside that and just let your inner guidance go, just look at them and pick by what seems right, you get it right every time. Every time, I promise you. So there you go. Not gonna give you a list. Not gonna do it. Because every kid is different. Every kid is unique, has unique needs, has unique desires, has unique energy, and they are going to be drawn to what they're drawn to. Sorry. But it's the truth. At least that's the way I see it. I hope this was helpful. Encourage your kids to explore and let them choose for themselves, because they know what's right for them. And if they do pick out something that is too expensive, let's say they found a really beautiful piece of labradorite that was carved and ornate and gorgeous, you can still find labradorite and tumbled. So you say, yes, honey, that's beautiful. Let's look over here at these tumbled labradorites, which are more in budget. But let them choose for themselves, because they know. They're probably more in tune with the energies than most adults, because they're still new. They're still fresh. They haven't quite all been trained away from their own intuition. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the box below, and I will do my best to answer in a timely manner. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and have an awesome day. Go play with some rocks, and I'll see you later. Bye.